One of the most foundational aspects of cinematography is the lens. And to understand the language of lenses, you need to understand focal lengths. Whether you're aware of it or not, different focal lengths at different distances create an effect subconsciously onto your mind. Now, in the world of filmmaking and photography, we see different kinds of focal lengths in different scenarios. But what are focal lengths, and how do we pick them, and what effects do they play on our audience subconsciously? Well, let's find out. First of all, to understand how to pick your focal length, you have to understand what focal lengths are in the first place. A focal length is the distance from the lens to your sensor. We are going to break down the lenses into 4 groups. Ready? First are your wide focal lengths, which are usually lenses under 20mm. So lenses like 8mm, 12, 16, 18 are all wide, giving you a very wide perception. Next are your mid-range lenses. These range from 24, 35, 50, and 70. Next, we get into telephoto lenses. First are medium telephoto lenses, so anything from about 70mm to 100mm. And for really zooming in, there are extreme telephoto lenses that range from 135mm and up. Now that you know about different focal lengths, what do they really do? Well, let's see. In cinematography, we pick different lenses to give different effects. This is for what we call the shot size. Before you can even pick up your camera and shoot, you really want to think about what the size of your shot says specifically about your characters and what they are feeling within your scenes. When shooting wide, the apparent distance between objects as they extend away from the camera seems to be greater than normal, and objects in the foreground appear larger than normal in relation to objects in the background. This contributes to the strong sense of three-dimensional depth. Now, what you want to keep in mind is the more wide you shoot, the more prepared you need to be to hide things on your set. Your boom pole, your lights, your crew. Remember to be very conscious of this and plan accordingly. Next are normal lenses. Now, normal lenses are used for a more casual effect. These normal lenses are meant for us to feel like we're looking at something from our own 2 eyes. This is also a great way to feel connected with our characters, seeing what they see. Normal lenses are probably the most used lenses in Hollywood since they feel the most casual and, well, normal. Next up are your medium telephoto lenses. These lenses really get things up close and personal. When using telephoto lenses like an 85mm, you'll start to notice the background is becoming more close, compressing our space. See, the higher your focal length is, say like 100mm or 200mm, the more your background is going to move in. This is a great way to make your characters feel trapped, scared, or even contemplative. You can see lenses like this being used heavily throughout the Jason Bourne movies, adding tension, confusion, and drama throughout the movie. J.J. Abrams also is a huge fan of using long focal lengths, more noticeably in his Spielberg-esque sci-fi film Super 8 and his reboot of the Star Trek trilogy. Now, if you're ever in a pickle and have a certain object that you can't get rid of on set, say a person in the background, a banner, or image you don't want in your shot, a trick is to use a telephoto lens to hide that. You might think that aperture is the only thing that affects depth of field, but focal length actually plays a huge role in this too. The longer your focal length is, the shallower your depth of field will be. The shorter your focal length, the deeper your depth of field. But remember, you're an artist. Once you understand how focal lengths are used, you can then start to experiment with them to push your story to the next level. What's your favorite focal length, and how do you like to use it? Let us know in the comments, and the best answer will win an Aputure M9. Do you guys have any other topics you want the A-Team to cover? Also let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notifications, and share this video. I'm Boima from the A-Team. Until next time, boys and girls. Peace.